Hello, folks. How are you doing? My name is Melvin, and welcome. As we go along this journey on this weird roller coaster of a journey. So, I'm going to tell you right now if your world and life seems chaotic, that is normal. That is fine. Right now, that is what I'm currently going through, where it's just like it seems like every day leads to another important decision in my life, and I don't know how to handle that. I'm someone who does deal with anxiety a lot, so it's like, oh man, and it's a lot on my brain, and just talking about it helps me out so much. But I want to talk about this next path for me, this next step. So for me personally, it's looking like I can't say for sure. This could easily this video can easily be outdated anytime at any moment, but I think in the moment, I do want to learn IT. I do want to learn, just that field. And why do I say that? I have personal reasons as to why I want to learn IT, but that feels currently like the field for me, the field moving forward. And like I said, I can't say for sure, and I don't know when this would happen. So right now, I'm in the process of learning it. I'm in the process of trying to figure it out and stuff like that, trying to get any sort of certification. And like I said, this could be a 6 month process, a year long process, a 2 year long process. I truly don't know. It just depends on how much free time I have. Um, but yeah, moving forward, that's kind of what I want. But this video isn't about that field or even talking about it because I'm not even equipped to talk about it. I don't really know what this field entails. So that's not really the reason why. But I want to talk about just kind of myself and just all the weird things that just happened to my life that had me end up here. I just had a weird roller coaster of a life after college. So after college, I was trying to look for work. I thought I had a job lined up, and that wasn't the case. I think the whole thing led to it was just miscommunication on both my end and on the other person's end because yeah, no, it didn't lead to a full-time job. It didn't even lead to, like, anything. I thought I was gonna have a job in this company. I went there, learned stuff for, like, a week or so, and then, yeah, I quickly realized, day 1, they weren't really gonna give me work, they weren't gonna give me a job. So it ended up where I had a no job after college, and it was like, "Oh, man, that sucked." So, like, I graduated in, like, May, and I found that out in, like, March. It was, like, after spring break where I found that out, and I was like, "Oh, man, I gotta start looking for work, man." And even thinking about it right now is giving me is giving me some sort of anxiety right now, where it's just like, "Oh, man," the idea of just looking for work. Honestly, just another side tangent, looking for work, finding a job is such a pain nowadays. I don't know how people expect you to do it properly. It's really difficult with online, in person, applications, how it works. And I don't know if any of you watched that John Oliver video on AI, but AI is also looking through applications right now. It makes you feel more not just like incapable, but just like more like your job means like your application means nothing. Your qualifications mean nothing. If the robot says you're fine, great, It all matters what's on that piece of paper. It doesn't matter who you are as an individual, how good of a team player you are. We just want someone who's qualified and we'll work from there. And just hope for the best. Cross your fingers. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, after that, after I couldn't find work, I ended up working at a gas station. I hated working at a gas station. It was awful for my mental health. It was just the people that were there. I didn't really like all too much. I did like some of them. I did like some of them, but there were some I just did not like. It just didn't mesh well, and I wasn't being taught properly how to do my own job. It paid well at the time, but other than that, it just wasn't a good job for me. I left the job and I was in the process of moving. So I just found whatever job I could and ended up finding a job at Subway. Now, funny enough, I actually, to this day, I actually didn't mind my experience at Subway. Like, out of all the jobs I ever had, Subway is a fine job. Just looking back at it. At first it's like, oh, being a sandwich artist that sucks, but it's such an easy job where it's like the amount you get paid, it's like it doesn't pay well, but the job experience isn't horrible. The customer base isn't horrible. Sometimes you get some that really suck, but they go away really quickly once you give them your food. So that part doesn't bother me too much. I only worked there for like 3 months or so. And then I wanted to keep finding a field that was right for me. So I tried selling cars. And the reason why I tried selling cars was because the sales industry, you don't need experience. If you're willing to do it, someone will hire you. So I was like, okay, cool, cool. And I had nothing to lose. I was working at Subway. I had nothing to lose. But it was during COVID. It was during to like 2020, 2021. That is such a hard time to sell cars during that time. There was a brief period of time where it was so easy. It was stupidly easy. I did not get into that field at that time. I got into that field as it was declining, and that sucked. So I was working there for 7 months, didn't really find my footing. I left, ended up working at T-Mobile. And T-Mobile, I like the environment a lot more because they didn't pay as well. They didn't pay as well, but it was more secure. It was hourly, it wasn't as much commission based. But the commission still meant something if you put the effort into it. So it was paying me well, but I didn't like the management. Like the management, I did not like at all. And it just made a toxic work environment that a lot of people didn't like. A lot of people left. And now to this day, I don't want to say where I work, but it still involves selling. It still involves customer service, and that's where I'm at now. But I'm also the kind of person where it's like I need consistent growth, consistent education. And if I'm not getting that, it just doesn't feel like there's a lot of point to working there. Now you might be saying, and this is what I've been told this so many times. It's like when you work a job, it takes years and years and years and years and years to master it. And mastering that job does lead to other opportunities. Now that's true. I'm not denying that there still isn't opportunity here. There's still opportunity for job growth. And it pays well, and I like the benefits. So it's like that's giving me a reason to stay, but it's not fulfilling me. That's kind of the main thing that it's coming down to. It's not fulfilling me. It was in the beginning because I was learning a lot. It was a new field. I felt like I was good at it. It was interesting, but it's just starting not it's not meshing as well with me. You know, I respect it, and like I said, who knows how long I'll be working there. I could be working there for another year, and I'm totally okay with that idea. It just comes down to, what do I want out of life? What do I want? And I don't know what I want. I don't know. But that's what I'm trying to figure out. And while I'm figuring it out, I think it's best for me to start getting certified, start seeing what other paths there are. So that's really what I'm doing. I'm trying to carve out a brand new path for me. Will I enjoy it? Will I hate it? I truly do not know. But just based on the people that I was talking to, based on talking to my family, I do think that's the next best step. So it I'm telling you, just making decisions, it's not easy. You might not make the right one. I've just grown tired of feeling like I have to always make the right decision because I don't always make the right decision. So it doesn't make sense for me to worry about it anymore. I just gotta do whatever I feel is best and just move forward from there. Don't sulk in the situation, don't cry about it. Just move forward, nudge forward. So that's really all I gotta say. Oh, I guess one more thing, because I went to college for videography. So it's like, why don't you do videography? I'm just learning now. There's two things I'm learning now. One, the field isn't as stable as I would like it to be. Finding a job is just incredibly difficult. Finding a job that pays well is even more difficult, especially if you don't have a job prior. They don't care about your skills as much. They only care about what you can put on a resume. And it's like, dude, I just don't like that. It doesn't, I mean, IT in some ways is kind of the same, but there's a lot of different elements about IT that I like more. That's nudging me towards that. The second thing is I'm learning that I would rather just make content for myself. If I only have so many years on this planet, if climate change is really going to, put us in turmoil, chaos, like if we're not around on this planet for much longer, I would much rather put as much time and as much effort into making content for myself. That truly matters to me. I care about the content I make. I love the content that I make. I love sharing these videos with you guys. I would rather just invest that time working with you guys. That's important to me. Sure, could I do both? Yeah, maybe in the future. I don't know, but I need something that's more stable, more reliable. And that IT field is more reliable at the moment based on who I've been talking to. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to have that quick one-on-one chat with you guys. Anyways, you guys take care. Have a good one.